Grab a cup of tea or a glass of wine and tune in for inspired conversations with publisher Linda Joy. On Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern, Linda creates sacred space for leading female luminaries, empowering authors, heart-centered female entrepreneurs, coaches, and healers. A soulful venue where guests openly share the fears and obstacles they've overcome, wisdom and lessons learned, and the personal journey that led them to the transformational work they do in the world. Inspired conversations to empower you on your path to authentic, soulful living.
Welcome to Inspired Conversations. I'm your host, Mindset Elevation Coach, Linda Joy, publisher of Aspire magazine. Can you believe in a few weeks we're going to be celebrating our 19th year of inspiring, supporting, and empowering women to live deeper, more authentic, and intentional lives. If you haven't grabbed your complimentary subscription, you can do so at subscribe2aspire.com. I got to tell you, you are in for a special treat today. One of my dear friends is joining me, and we're going to be talking about a topic that I know is going to resonate with each and every one of you. I have known my guest, Lisa Michaels, for well over a decade. I've been blessed to actually get to meet her in person. She's been a part of Aspire magazine over the years, submitting articles, been in my events, and when I saw her topic on feminine prosperity archetypes, I'm like, yes, Lisa, you have to come back. So let me tell you a little bit about Lisa, and then I'm going to bring her on. Lisa Michaels is the author of Nature's Creation Alchemy, LunaSol, and the Elemental Forces of Creation Oracle. She's an intuitive mentor for thought leaders. With over 30 years of experience as an entrepreneur, teacher, and trainer, Lisa helps heart-centered entrepreneurs align with their unique life purpose prosperity path, utilizing her elemental astrological archetypes formula, which is powerful, and you're going to hear more about it today. Her workshops, training, and certifications have empowered thousands to discover their life purpose and accelerate personal and business growth. Through her teachings, Lisa shows how nature can become a powerful ally, guiding individuals to nourish their essence, elevate their leadership, and unleash their feminine prosperity power. In every conversation, she offers transformative insights on harnessing the natural world to support success in life and business. Lisa, I am so happy that you're here, my friend.
Oh, Linda, I'm thrilled to spend this time with you and everybody who's going to be listening. And congratulations on 19 years. I think I've been around since the beginning.
You have. I was thinking, after I said that, I'm like, wait a minute. We
Yeah,
go way back. And,
yeah,
I still pinch myself that's been 19 years. When,
amazing.
and you know this feeling, when you're doing something you love, it doesn't feel like work. So it kind of flows.
Yep.
Yeah, way back, my friend. So today, you and I, we know each other. I know your work. I just invited you to submit another article to Aspire on this same topic. And the reason I really wanted to talk about this is the whole body of your work is about using the elements in astrology and the energies to create our I use the words intentional business, but also intentional life. So let's talk about that. I'd like to know why you feel it's important to align with your inner feminine astrological essence to claim your full prosperity power. Let's start there, but I know we have some more juicy stuff coming in.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's really interesting. I've worked with the elements for over 25 years when the whole body of work was downloaded to me in 99. So it's such powerful work. And I've studied the way that the elements move into the archetypes for that long. And I've worked alongside with prosperity during all this time and helping people to build that through their businesses and align with it in their lives. But really, in the last couple of years, I've seen something that I thought was one of the most powerful things to understand. And it has to do with when a woman is in alignment with her inner feminine archetype, it changes the way she relates to prosperity. Now, we all have an entire core creation team. And you can go, and I say core because you can go deeper and wider into your creation team. But core, there are 8 key players. But if the inner feminine is not the one who her essence is the most deeply connected to prosperity, a woman will struggle. And I've seen it time and time again. And what a powerful thing when she brings that inner feminine into alignment. She understands how that archetype attracts prosperity and works with prosperity, because there's 12 different archetypes of inner feminine and they all connect to prosperity in different ways. And when she does that, and she's the leader, not like the leader where everybody follows, but the leader who like focalizes the whole group, gets her creation team working together. And when her essence is honored in that role, it literally makes a giant difference in somebody's life and their alignment with their prosperity.
Now, how does someone go about finding out about their core creation team?
Well, you can either I mean, I've got a free gift called Unleash on my website, and somebody can download that and find out about their inner feminine. Their whole creation team, you've got to do a little bit deeper work with it. So somebody could take a program or come and have a session to find out the deeper layers of how to do it. I mean, I can tell somebody their core creation team because I've worked with it so long. But if you don't go to somebody who knows directly how to do it, and I've got a group of women who are also trained as creation coaches, they can help people too. So you either need to learn how to do it or you need to get somebody to help you know what it is. Because each of the archetypes functions so differently, and the way that you uncover it is you start with what is your astrological birth chart and you get the information from there. But I don't do astrology like an astrologer would. I work with the energies of the archetypes and how they play out. So it's not like predictive or you do this or you do that eventually in life. It's about this is the essence of who you are as in terms of archetypes. And when you embody them, work with them, know who they are, they're going to inform you and you're going to inform them, and then you're in a conscious relationship to all of those energies, and that's going to support everything you do.
I love this, and one of the things that I've discovered on my own journey, both as a woman, but also as an entrepreneur for 33 years, is I at those beginning years, even though I won numerous business awards with the SBA, I was so out of balance, right, with my feminine. I didn't even know that language, to be honest with you, 33 years ago, Lisa.
Sure.
I was so out of balance and in my masculine thinking that, and I just want to clarify something. I don't think there's anything wrong with the masculine energies.
Right.
For me, I was so out of balance that I was doing, chasing, striving, and it was costing me my health on every level.
Yep.
And I didn't even understand about energy at that time, but I knew this inner nudge, Lisa, that there had to be another way.
Yep.
And I started leaning in, and then I went too far into the feminine, meaning for me, I was like, I am just going to manifest and say my affirmations, but I
Right.
wasn't in. Yeah, oh yeah. I was like, I am just
Oh,
going to call in all my business success. So of course, it was very frustrating. and I thought I was doing something wrong. And then as I just kept playing, I realized we need both because I
Yep.
kind of
Yep.
shut off the masculine
Yep.
because I went too
Yep.
far.
Yep.
And the feminine, I was like, this isn't working. Things aren't coming to me. And then I found that meeting in the middle. And I want to say, when I first met you, I was so drawn to your message. We're going way back. Your message and how you tied in nature and archetypes and everything. So I've always been drawn to you, your message, and how you empower women, but also so specifically entrepreneurs, right, who are here to change lives through their message. So
Yep.
I wanted to share that because for those who may be feeling like I'm not sure what the feminine means and all this, I get you. I didn't either at one time, but it's completely changed my life leaning in. And I'm going to ask you another question before we go to break, and then I want to share something, ladies. Um, Lisa has my birth info. And she is going to be talking about my feminine prosperity archetype. And I have no idea what's going to come in this next segment, but I am so open to having Lisa use the wisdom that she tapped into in my essence to support all of you. Okay. So truth is, I have no idea what's coming in the next segment. So before we take that break, we have about 2 minutes, Lisa. I want to ask about how you discovered this feminine prosperity archetype. Was it an unfolding over the years of your deep work with clients, or was it downloaded? What was it that led you to this powerful work?
Well, a lot of things, and definitely what you just said about deep work with clients, but also work with myself. You know, when you have your creation team, I noticed that one particular archetype on my creation team, Sagittarius, it's a fire sign and it's like it wants to expand, expand, expand. But my inner feminine is an earth sign, Virgo. And I realized all of a sudden one day, really, like my Sagittarius had kind of taken over. And it's like my inner feminine was screaming, that is not the way to do it. And she's like, come back over here and do it like this. And you're absolutely right, Linda, that the feminine and masculine have to come into this, I call it like the dance of creation together. And it's imperative that they do that because, yes, women can get so lost in their inner feminine or too driven by their inner masculine. So that balance is super important. But when I sat down and really like tuned into what my inner feminine was saying, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is crazy, the difference when I put what she needs in charge of all aspects of prosperity and financial flow and managing money and growing well, like all of those things. When she's in charge, wow. And I started doing that work with other women, and it's tremendous, tremendous the difference.
I love this. We're going to take our next first break, and we'll be back in a moment, ladies. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Connecting you with the best of the conscious minds in the world. Om Times Radio. IOM FM.
It's time to begin the adventure of a lifetime by nurturing the most important relationship you will ever have, the relationship with yourself. Kelly Grimes, self-nurturing expert, speaker, and author of the bestseller, The Art of Self-Nurturing, a field guide to living with more peace, joy, and meaning, shares that a self-nurturing practice is not about being perfect or completing another thing on your to-do list, but rather nurturing a relationship with yourself. In The Art of Self-Nurturing, you'll discover the inspiration, examples, reflective questions, and self-nurturing practices that will empower you to become the artist of your own life and see self-nurturing as an art form. Rather than living from obligation and overwhelm, you will learn to cultivate a life filled with self-compassion and self-love. Order your copy today at artofselfnurturingbook.com and receive the Self-Nurturing Starter Kit as a supportive gift.
consistently attract soulmate clients, begin showing up on brand, monetizing on your calling. Welcome all spiritual coaches, leaders, healers, light workers, and practitioners to a show that turns you on in your business and amplifies your magnetism. I'm host, catalyst, and spiritual business coach Rosalind Fung, and I'm here to journey with you into the juicy and help you discover where the real gaps are. Ignite your mindset and soul with strategies and systems as each episode takes you to the sweet spot that activates your soulgasmic business by tuning in on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Mountain. Join me for your light language activation and let's magnetize and monetize.
Your conscious lifestyle on steroids. Om Times Radio. IOM FM.
Welcome back. You're listening to Inspired Conversation. With me today is beautiful Lisa Michaels. We're talking about feminine prosperity archetypes, and I want to invite you. Her URL is lisa-michaels.com. So everything that we're talking about today and more, you can find at her website. So Lisa, I gave you my birth information. I know we're going to be talking about my information, and I've been like a little kid on Christmas Eve waiting to tap into your wisdom, and I have a pen and paper ready also. So I'm going to hand you the stage, my friend.
All right. This is really exciting too. And actually, I've got cold chills, Linda, just even like tapping in. So it's really funny because I go to Zumba a couple times a week and I can just like put my brain, like let it go and I'll come up with these things. And last week I was like, I wonder if Linda has this particular archetype. And when I looked at your creation team, I'm like, yep, there it is right there. So I could feel in your energy some of the archetypes that you work with. But when I dug deeper into your creation team, I was really excited to see, number one, Linda, the ways you already intuitively know how to express your creation team. So your inner feminine is in an archetype that you already kind of understand because it's your sun sign, which is Scorpio. So your inner feminine in Scorpio, that is a water sign, and it is the deepest, most, I don't want to say expansive, but expansive going into depths that there is for water. So what that means in terms of prosperity, I think you already really, really do naturally. I think you learn to do it, which is keep your inner water clear. Because if a woman who's got a watery inner feminine does not keep her water clear, she's going to be magnetizing her prosperity from old feelings. A lot of times, and one of the biggest feeling blocks that women have around money is shame. So there can be shame, guilt, frustration, anger, disappointment. So if your inner water is infused with any of those feelings, you're going to be magnetizing from that instead of you putting into your inner water the feeling and the vibration and the core essence of what you want to magnetize from. And I think you've been working on that a long, long time.
Oh, most definitely. And I'm just writing my notes down. I'll ask my questions at the end. But this is so resonating. Like you said, I got soul bumps when how you just explained that about the inner water, because that really resonated with me.
It's just so key, the clearing of the inner water. Now, the archetype that I thought, Linda's got to have this, is actually your communication style. And that is in the archetype of Libra. Now, Libra is an air sign that is all about co-creating. It can see things from the every archetypal perspective. It is got what I like to call round table consciousness. That means it can include everybody in decision making. It can support, like that you do a podcast and a magazine, and you're all about collaborative coming together of women to help make their businesses better. I could not be more right up your creation team's alley. If you I mean, it's just amazing that because your thinking style is inclusive. So
Mm.
that you do that is just, it makes so much sense. Now your inner masculine, let's bring him into this picture because he is also really key to how you do what you do. He is in Leo, and Leo is a sign about radiance and visibility and showing up as a leader. Now,
Oh my God.
what do you do, right, Linda?
Yeah, sacred visibility.
I mean, like, this could not be like you've tapped in, and this is what I'm talking about. When women tap in really to the depth of their creation team, they're in alignment with their life purpose. That aligns them with their prosperity flow. And it makes like I've said, it just makes a huge difference in their expression and their ability to bring into their life what they want to bring in. Now, part of Leo's job is to learn, which you've done. You've learned to be visible. And in your learning to be visible, and you're showing up and you're infusing yourself with self love, you help other women to know how to do that. You can share the core message around sacred visibility and really be able to help them to do it. But I know a lot of times, at least this is the way I perceive it for you. When you're helping them with that, part of what you do is intuitively know where their blocks to visibility are. That's your Scorpio, that's your inner feminine. She's really intuitive. So what's
Mhm.
coming up for you? Like what kind
I
of things are uh-huh.
all of it. I'm sitting here going, "Are you kidding me?" Because for the listeners that don't know, I'm also a sacred visibility catalyst and stepped into that when I received a download on my 55th birthday. And for reference, I'm 62. And it was about healing the wounds within. That's why I call it sacred visibility. It isn't just what you do out there to be visible. It's healing the wounds within us. And I work with all women, spiritual entrepreneurs that is keeping us from shining our light, which we need to do so that we can change lives. So I had to do my own deep work, Lisa. So you're right,
Yep. Yep.
because there's a hermit part of me. Everyone thinks because I run 5 media brands that I'm an extrovert. I am a hermit that can hold space for large things. So one of the other things that really talked is about keeping your inner water clear. I used to use this story that way back when, for most of my life, I'll say up until probably 40, 45 maybe, I always felt like a weeping willow tree. So if anything was going on around me, family, business, work, society, I would be whipping around the place energetically, not grounded in my truth. And I did lots of work so that I now feel like an oak tree that can witness everything, but not let it affect me emotionally, energetically, in a scattered way. So when you said keep your inner water clear, or you'll magnetize from old fears and lack, which as a former welfare
Yep.
mom, those stories are there, right?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And so that just really spoke to me because I do so much in my day and in my life to make sure I'm energetically clear
Yep.
as
Yep.
life is happening, right?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
That really spoke to me. And then when you got to the Libra, which is my air sign and my communication style, and everything is about co-creation, roundtable, I
Yep.
was like, "Oh my god, this is me."
Yep.
I downloaded the Feminine Collaborative Marketing Model back in
Yep.
2009 after my own Dark Night of the Soul.
Yep.
So what I'm also hearing too is, yes, I've done the work, right? So, like, I can see where the inner masculine archetype, I could see that 15, 20 years ago, I was out of balance there, but I've done my work, continue to do my work because that never ends, right? I'm
Absolutely.
using my journey, story, my own struggles to now shine in a light and support others. So
Yep.
this just all resonates so deeply with me. And thank you for that sacred gift because I was getting so bumps as you were speaking.
Oh, there's more. I'm not finished.
Oh, girl, hold on.
I
We're
just
gonna
wanted to see where you were.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm so excited. And I know, ladies, I want you to listen and take this in. This may be mine, but I want you to like really open your heart and listen and take it in because within you, within your energy, there's a message for you too. If you choose to go to lisa-michaels.com and learn more about her sacred work. We're going to take our next break and we come back. Lisa is going to continue. And we'll be right back, my friends.
The best of the holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. Om Times Radio. IOM FM.
Are you ready to create and live the divinely guided life intended for you? A life not bound by your past or tied to a specific future. A life beyond your fears and what ifs that is filled with limitless possibilities. Experiencing an empowered life of fulfillment, joy, and connection is possible when you embrace a spiritual, solutions-centered lifestyle. Through her transformational teachings and programs, Lisa Hermata, empowered life view guide, life transformation mentor, and founder of Love is the Seed, empowers women to break the barriers holding them back from living their sacred truth so they can find greater connection with their inner wisdom and their divine source to co-create a life that brings peace, joy, and self-acceptance. Visit loveistheseed.com for positive guidance and valuable resources to support you in embracing an empowered life view.
If I could be you,
And you could be me
for just 1 hour.
If you could find a way
To get inside.
each other's mind.
walk a mile in my shoes.
walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in
in
my
my
shoes.
shoes.
We've all felt left out, and for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org, brought to you by the Ad Council.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Host your show on IOM FM, the radio network of Om Times Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of Om Times. Hosting a show on IOM FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community. The best of the holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. Om Times Radio. IOM FM.
You're listening to Inspired Conversations. I'm your host, Linda Joy, and with me today is Lisa Michaels, author of Nature's Creation Alchemy, LunaSol, and the Elemental Forces of Creation Oracle. And today we're talking about the Feminine Prosperity Archetypes, and she is actually going through mine to help you get a deeper understanding of these archetypes. So thank you, Lisa.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it really does help when you hear somebody else's because you start to understand what the players on the creation team are and how they influence the entire capacity of that team to come together and create. Now, we talked about water. Your sun is in Scorpio. That's the fuel that you burn. So, but you also, and your inner feminine is in Scorpio, but you also actually have your fastest path to what you've come to do in this life. And there's another aspect called your right livelihood, or I like to also call it your big enlivenment. Both of those are in water too, and they are in Pisces. So Pisces is the kind of water that feels the feelings of everybody. so that you would like that would be part of what you experience, Linda. That makes so much sense because Pisces is deeply compassionate and can feel the feelings of all of humanity. So if there's suffering, Pisces is going to feel it. So finding a way to come back to your own center and your own feelings and your own understanding is really, really critical with this Pisces. But my dear, you not only have that, you've come to do another water job, which is like, this is part of your life purpose, which is Cancer, which is all about family and love and feeling safe and really being the good mother. That's what you've come to do. And I know that is also an expression that you have in this life. So you have all three types of water in your creation team.
Wow, that's powerful. And you know me with family, so
Yep,
that
yep.
really speaks to my heart, especially in my adult life, creating some of maybe what was missing in my younger years.
Mhm.
And so that really resonates. So is it, I don't want to use the word rare, but to have three waters in my creation team?
It is kind of like, to have all three different types of water, I wouldn't say it's common. So what that means is for you, the job of working on your inner water of and I want people to understand water, water's the element of cleansing. We take a shower, we wash our clothes, we wash the dishes. So that means you've got to work with your emotions and your feelings to keep them washed, to keep things clear in your inner realm, to stay current with your feelings instead of having a lot of old emotional baggage that hasn't been cleared yet. But it doesn't, just like you said before, it doesn't stop. It's ongoing. In the same way you wouldn't take one shower and that's it for the rest of your life. People say, I've done that, I've been there. Well, you know what? Yeah, because we're feeling beings and you have to keep doing that work. And especially if you carry a lot of water in your creation team, it's even more vital. So this Libra, which you actually kind of came in knowing how to do your communication style, the aspect of your past skills and gifts is also in Libra. So that you've got Libra, which helps because it's air, it kind of helps lift you out of the water. So you can, take a deep breath and, open up. And then you've got that Leo, which warms all that water. So, the difference between taking a cold shower and a warm bath is a big difference. So, Leo warms up all that water. So, people around you feel that warmth and they feel that depth of compassion and they feel that you understand them and you're holding safe space for them to step into the next part of who they are. So all of these eight work really well together. I mean, what's interesting to me is that in your core creation team, you don't really have any earth, but yet you are very grounded in terms of taking action. And I'm going to say that's probably really because Libra has the capacity to draw such good help to it too. You've got a strong team and the whole team plans and works together. So it helps to keep that all flowing really beautifully for you. And you've got a good vision.
And when you talk about, even though I don't have Earth on my creation team,
Your
when
core
you
team.
core team, sorry, core team, one of the things as you were speaking that I remember going for years, the thought of plan was like a four-letter word to me, right? Because I'm a creative visionary. But as I did my inner work, and I love your words of inner water, right? As I did my inner work, I realized that I needed to ground my intentions and visions so they could take root. And when
Yep.
I saw that vision many years ago in a dream. I was like, oh, I can't be so up here, in air, I guess you would say, that nothing takes hold. So I had to do a lot of inner work
Yep.
to learn how to ground myself, but also my visions. Like I've never had a business plan in 33 years. It's intuitive. I listen. I
Yep.
make choices. Sometimes people go, "What are you, crazy?" And I go, "But this is what I feel deeply." And I'll give you another example. I've published going to be 22 books. And a lot of people go, "Oh, Linda, what's your next title?" I go, "I haven't received it yet." And they look at me like, "You're a publisher." And I go, "I wait for guidance, my friends." And usually it comes this time of year when I close down for the holidays. I hear the title, but I do everything that way. So would that be my inner
All that water,
feminine?
all that
Okay,
water, all that water.
all
Yeah.
of it. Okay.
All that intuitive, especially Scorpio, that depth of intuition. Like if you tried to run your business with a business plan, it would never work because you would just be pushing against what is not your nature. Your nature is intuition. So that you run your business from intuition is how you have generated so much success over the years.
Well, what's funny too is I think it was, let me see, it was co-creation, communication style, roundtable consciousness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And believe you said that was Libra air.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
And in 2009, Aspire was 3 years old, Lisa, and I was about to walk away because I felt like I couldn't fit in. I didn't want to fit into the masculine marketing model that the publishing industry at that time was saying I had to do. It was like the antithesis. So I had this big internal struggle, and I see now that my intuition had been nudging me for probably a year before that to say, walk away, Lynn. But I loved Aspire, right? It was my baby. And it was a dark night of the soul, 2009 on Labor Day weekend. I downloaded. I heard the question, what would it be to keep Aspire? And I remember going, who the hell said that? Right? And, and then I spent the next 14 hours on the patio and I downloaded what are now my feminine success principles, but they were service, collaboration, intention, relationships, and service, collaboration, intention, relationships. And I know I'm forgetting the fifth one. Oh, and service. I think I said that one.
Mm.
But the reason I bring that up is I didn't know that day when they downloaded to me that they would become the guiding spiritual principles in my life. If I couldn't be of service, then the answer would be no to any project that came my way. If I only wanted collaboration because I was leaving that competition fold, I wanted to be intentional with every decision. I wanted to be relationship focused. Oh, and the other word was authenticity, Lisa.
Yeah.
Now, when I think of those in that download, I think that was the beginning of me truly listening to what you're calling the inner feminine. It was like, I am so done. Now, I didn't
Yep.
understand what all those principles as they came into me. And it took me another 3 years to integrate them into my business. And then they became the feminine collaborative marketing model a couple of years later. But when I look at all those words, they're all feminine.
Yeah. Yeah.
None of
Yeah.
them about, and my
Yeah.
company motto for since 2009 is service before sales.
Yeah. And you know what Pisces is all about?
What?
Which is your fastest path and your right livelihood. It is all about being in service to humanity, in service to spirit. It is all about service.
Yeah, and that is, I've had entrepreneurs, I have a lot of dear friends like yours, and they're like, Lynn, you are always giving away so much. You're still giving Aspire away for free. You do networking calls and you're not charging. What are you doing? And I'm like, you know what? I just believe in showing up in love, in trust, and service. If I can be of service with whatever it may be that
Yep.
I'm doing, then
Yep.
the divine takes care of the rest.
Yep.
Honestly, that has worked for me for many years. I just want to do what I love with no expectations. And I'm more at peace and in my truth than I've ever been.
Yeah.
Now, those who believe, who business plans and all that align for them, that's beautiful. It just doesn't align
Absolutely.
for me. I always would feel like I'm in a box.
Absolutely.
And so as I was thinking of those 5 feminine success principles, I'm like, I really believe just from this conversation that that's the moment I allowed my inner feminine to really take a role in my life.
Yep. Yep.
Even though I didn't consciously say that or know that.
Sure. Sure.
And that's
It,
powerful. And we're going to take our final break, and then we can come back and continue the sacred conversation. I am with Lisa Michaels of lisa-michaels.com. Please visit her website, check out her complimentary gifts, her programs, her offerings. I have known Lisa for well over a decade, and anything you find there is going to be in support of the highest version of who you are. So again, lisa-michaels.com, and we'll be right back, my friends.
The best of the holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. Om Times Radio. IOM FM.
Are you struggling to grow your mission-driven business in a way that feeds your soul and fulfills your purpose? When you discover your unique human design and divine blueprint, you'll feel empowered in your business, aligned with your inner wisdom, and open to the flow of abundance and success. Nancy O'Keefe is a certified human design specialist and intuitive business coach, successfully coaching entrepreneurs for over 25 years. She is passionate about helping you understand your divine design and your personal formula for success. She knows what it takes after creating her own multi-7-figure firm. Nancy helps women peel back the layers of who they've been taught to be to reveal who they truly are, so they can build an abundant and sustainable business that feeds their soul. Schedule your complimentary call today at nancyokeefecoaching.com. Your worth is not determined by the number on the scale. You are enough right now, exactly as you are. If you're like many midlife women, you've thought, if I could just reach my ideal weight, I'd be so much happier. But the truth is, what we're really craving is our own love and acceptance, and Sarah Haas is that guide for your journey. Sarah is a women's weight release expert and body love coach, and walks alongside midlife women ready to say yes to self-care, self-compassion, and body love, so they can become the healthy, vibrant, and unapologetically confident women they're here to be. Her holistic approach integrates nutrition, body movement, and self-care to nurture body, mind, and spirit. Visit sarahhaaswellness.com for supportive resources, programs, and more for midlife women ready to elevate their health.
More than 24 million Americans have an autoimmune disorder, and that number continues to grow. I'm Sharon Saylor, and I'm one of those 24 million. To put that number in perspective, cancer affects about 9 million and heart disease up to 22 million. That's why I've brought together top experts and those thriving regardless of their diagnosis to bring you the latest, most up-to-date information. Join me, Sharon Saylor, Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, for the Autoimmune Hour on Life Interrupted Radio to find out how to live your life uninterrupted.
Hey, hon, what you doing with your phone? Taking pictures?
No, I'm asking it questions.
Like what?
Hey, Bobo, do flowers have best friends?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, follow me. I want to show you something. Look, flowers do have best friends.
Whoa.
Some answers can only be found in nature. Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Free your mind with Om Times Radio. IOM FM.
Welcome back. Thank you for listening to Inspired Conversations. I am with Lisa Michaels, and she has been so beautifully guiding me through my core creation team overview, and I've been getting soul bumps. I have a page and a half of notes here. And so in our last segment, we have about another 10 minutes, Lisa. Is there anything else that you saw that you want to bring into this conversation?
Well, what I'd really like to share right now, Linda, is so we've talked a lot about water, but let's just talk for a little bit about some of the other elements and how they're different in terms of how somebody works. And we talked about your water, you really need to run a business intuitively. But let's say somebody has, like me, an earthy archetype in their inner feminine. Like I have to plan things. Now, I don't plan everything like for 20 years, but I have to do planning. I have to do tracking. I have to put things in writing and go step by step to do it. Because, and that's why I have created so many programs over the years. Like I am really in products, I'm really good at this is what the first step needs to be. This is the second. And so that's another reason why training in something I'm effective at it, because that's the way my inner feminine and my thinking style, it goes in an earthy way. So somebody who's got the core of earth, but they may have a different expression of it. Like I've got a friend who's got an earth in Capricorn, and she is brilliant at big business, building big businesses, thinking long term, businesses that leave legacies. This is the kind of Capricorn inner feminine that the way they can play. Now, for every different kind of inner feminine, there are multiple expressions of it. So just because somebody might have a Capricorn inner feminine doesn't mean they're going to express it as big business. But this woman, my friend, has got a lot of Capricorn. So but then you've got the air inner feminines. Well, they, depending on how they express, whether it is Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, they function in the mental realm and in ideas, and they're very much about, and we talked about Libra, seeing things from all sides. Well, Gemini is all about creativity and networking, and Aquarius is really, really big air, big picture. And I can go so much deeper into all of these, but we only have so much time. But then there's the fire ones, and we've talked about Leo a little bit because it's your inner masculine. But if that's somebody's inner feminine, that's going to impact how they show up and connect to their prosperity. And there's Sagittarius, we talked about that a little bit, that quester archetype, lots of ways that can play out. And then we've got Aries, who is like, let's go first, let's get her done, let's be out there. So each one of these runs their business differently from their inner feminine. Each one runs their prosperity in their life differently. So it is understanding who you are that is key. And then when you get the whole entire creation team working together, wow, wow. and you're the perfect example of that.
Well, I was listening going, I have so many clients say to me, like, Lynn, how do you run 5 brands and work 4 days a week and take so much time off? I go, the only answer I can give them is I came into balance. I and as you were speaking and sharing all my stuff, I'm like, I did the work to get to those places.
Yep.
Like my sun sign Scorpio about depth, as I shared earlier, I used to be all over the place. I would feel like a ship lost at sea because I didn't know how to clear other people's stuff. I would take it all in. That's the word that I could use.
Yep.
And so I had to do the inner work, and I love that. And I'm going to put it on my desk. Keep inner water clear, because I'm a visual person. So as soon as I heard those words, I saw that, like the calm surface of the water.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to keep that on me. But so here's my question. Like, I was born this way, and at the same time, I had to do the work to bring the highest version of each of those to life.
Yes, ma'am.
Do I understand that correct?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
okay. And that's what it feels like in my own energy right now. Like, oh, Lynn, remember those young years where you struggled with that or not being seen. Like I would rather not be seen. I'd host these big events, 400 women, 65 speakers, and everyone was excited to meet me. And I would be behind the registration desk, behind the folding screens, just watching everybody arrive. Like I had brought my vision to life, but I didn't want to be out there. And
Yep.
Amethyst Wildfire. I know
Yes.
now she
Yes.
okay. Amethyst, I remember being at one of my events going, girl, get your butt out here because they want you, not us. And that is about healing my which one was that? That was my archetype with Leo, right? Radiant visibility.
Right.
So ladies, as you're listening to mine, I've continued to do the work, and I love hearing that word co-creation team because it feels like I'm not navigating life alone, that there's all aspects of me that I can bring in to support me through whatever I'm going through at the moment.
So the thing about the elements are they are allies, but they are also teachers of consciousness. So you have utilized your path of developing your consciousness to come into alignment with all of these and take them to the next level. The elements will always, and I say elements, these are also the astrological archetypes that split out of the elements. So when I say elements, it includes those archetypes. Each one of them will develop you if you do the work, and you have.
I gotta say, Lisa, this is a beautiful and sacred gift that I received with love, my friend. And as I shared, ladies, I had no idea what was going to come, but like the soul bumps keep coming. And I want to invite everyone again, go to lisa-michaels.com. And Lisa, is there a specific area of your website that they can learn more about the Feminine Prosperity Archetype, whether it's a download or booking a session with you? What would you say the next step would be for those listening who go, I want to know who my co-creation team are?
Well, I would say certainly go to lisa-michaels.com/unleash to get the free gift around how the inner feminine works. That's the first step. And then absolutely you can either take the program that is ongoing called Your Life Purpose Prosperity Blueprint, or you can book a session with me or another creation coach, if you should know one, another nature aligned creation coach. But yeah, both of those are on the website, and be happy to share more with anybody who wants to learn. And Linda, it's been so much fun diving into your chart and seeing all the ways that you have worked with these energies very powerfully over the years.
And continue to do so, my friend. Isn't that what life is about?
Absolutely.
Do the way I always have said to my clients, and even in my own life, if someone tells you they're there, run like hell, because there is no there.
There isn't.
Yeah, we're always unfolding, ladies. There is no like get to the end of the rainbow and you're done with the inner work. And I wouldn't want to be. I love diving in and learning more about myself from the energetic level, the emotional level. And Lisa, I am so thrilled that you were able to join me today. I look forward to sharing this episode as well as your upcoming article in Aspire magazine. And of course, just staying connected for another couple decades, my friend.
Sounds wonderful. And it's been great, Linda. Super.
And I'm going to give that, you're welcome. I'm going to give that link again, ladies, lisa-michaels.com/unleash. Go grab it. And until next time, my friends, choose love, choose joy, choose happiness. Blessings.
Thanks for listening to Inspired Conversations with publisher Linda Joy. Join our sacred space every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern and meet leading female visionaries, empowering authors, heart-centered female entrepreneurs, coaches, and healers. Inspired Conversations with Linda Joy is a soulful venue where guests share the obstacles they've overcome, along with wisdom and lessons learned on their personal journey that led them to the transformational work they do in the world. Inspired conversations to empower you on your path to authentic and soulful living.